So what do you do? You're circling. You want to step out a little more that way and start circling. Perfect. Great, right there is perfect. Welcome, everyone. Please be seated. Guys, in a minute, I'm going to invite you to turn and wave at everyone in TV land, so don't be surprised when I do. Welcome, everyone. We come together on this beautiful afternoon. We're grateful to everyone for their patience as we got a few technical matters ironed out, and glad that whether you are gathered here in Newport or in whatever places your heart finds you, that your hearts are united with ours as Sophie and Larry stand together under the chuppah. We know that, especially for the folks here, there's a desire to capture all of this for posterity. The good news is we've got professionals doing that, but we also know that there are sometimes some itchy phone trigger fingers. So what we're going to do is, in a moment, I'm going to invite Sophie and Larry to turn around and wave. Everyone here, you can snap to your heart's content for about 47 seconds. It's also a chance, Sophie and Larry, for you to wave for all the people, to all the people who are joining us from beyond this space. So here we go. On your mark, get set, go. Awesome. Okay, now you can come back this way. Bruchim habaim b'shem Adonai. Blessed are you who have come here in the name of God. Ivdu et Adonai b'simcha bo lefanav b'irnana. Serve Adonai with joy. Come into God's presence with song. We rejoice that Sophie and Larry join in marriage in the presence of God and loved ones. Mi adir al hakol, mi baruch al hakol, mi gadol al hakol. Hu yivarech hatan v'chala. O most awesome, glorious, and blessed God, grant your blessings to this bride and this groom. Surrounded by loved ones whose joy and prayers are with you here, you stand at this chuppah, symbol of your Jewish home. You are surrounded by the people who are present overlooking the bay. You are surrounded by the presence of people who are watching from home. And of course, this chuppah is also graced with the blessing of memory, especially the memory of Larry's mom, Joanne, whose presence smiles on this day and gives it an added measure of beauty and holiness. May your home be a shelter against the storm, a haven of peace, a stronghold of faith and love, as together we join in our prayer of gratitude. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lahazman hazeh. We praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who has given us life, sustained us, and brought us to this joyous time. In this union, the sacred work of creation goes on. May the union of Larry and Sophie animate the divine in each of them, and may each help the other to grow in God's likeness. And Larry, if you would lift the Kiddush cup, please. We bless this first cup of wine and of joy and sanctification. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. We praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu ala arayot, v'asar lanu et ha'arusot, v'hitir lanu et ha'nisuim v'ha'nisuot lanu al yedei chuppah v'kiddushin. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh amo Yisrael al yedei chuppah v'kiddushin. We praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot and consecrates this marriage. We praise you, Adonai, our God, who sanctifies our people Israel through kiddushin, the sacred rite of marriage at the chuppah. And now, Sophie and Larry, in preparation for giving each other your rings, I invite you to share your vows with one another.
I'll go first. Okay. I'll hold your hand. Well, actually, I have to turn the page. Hold my arm. My Larry. Hold my arm. Since the first moment I met you, you have brought a sense of calm and peace to my life. You are my perfect other half, and it's hard to put into words how much I love you. We've grown up and grown together in such a special way. Our long distance with you in New Hampshire and me in Boston taught us to cherish all of our time together. Even after living together for over a year, I can't get enough time with you. You've also brought so much joy to my life. I love that you wake up smiling every morning and immediately say, "Good morning, beautiful. Did I tell you that I love you today?" My answer is always no, because hearing how much you love me is my favorite thing in the world. In our time together, we've developed many hobbies that even surprise me. I love hiking and camping with you, and hope your vows include a promise that I won't ever have to carry my own hiking backpack. You brought out a side of me that I didn't know existed, and I can't wait to discover new things together for the rest of our lives. It's hard to put into words what this past summer felt like. It revealed even greater depths of strength and compassion as you worked on the front lines as my favorite doctor in the whole world. It was yet another example of your bravery, care, and purpose in life. We also faced our own share of health challenges this summer, and through it all, we just held each other tighter and learned how to weather even the darkest storms. You always make me believe that things will be okay, and they will, because I love you more than words. I promise to be your weighted blanket, to go camping one time per year, and to love you forever and ever. You're my whole world, and I love you forever.
Sophie, I can't believe that this day is finally here. I never would have thought that this beautiful, shy, cat-loving girl from Texas would be the woman that I would choose to be my wife. When we first met on that fateful 2014 day in Cambridge, neither of us wanted a serious relationship, as I was off to med school and your master's was only 1 year. But at the same time, we were having so much fun that we both wished it forward. Then I took a chance and asked you to ride out one of the multiple 2-foot snowstorms that year, and to my surprise, you said yes. From there, it was history. One of my favorite things about you is how thoughtful and caring you are, and the extent that you'll go to make me happy. That has taken the form of signing up for a year-long membership at community boating before ever setting foot on a sailboat or realizing that you hate sailing. Or agreeing to go on hiking adventures with me before realizing that may involve sometimes peeing in the woods. It has also taken the form of evening me out on countless nights where I come home stressed and worried, or helping prepare meals for me before a long shift. You truly go above and beyond. As we move forward in this journey together, I look forward to spending every minute of it with you. I promise to love you unconditionally, even you out when you're feeling stressed, and randomly break out into dance or give you kisses when you need me to. I'm eager to continue exploring the world with you, whether that is searching for wildlife near our apartment or finally making that trip to Europe once it is safe to do so. As long as we're together, there's no place I'd rather be. The last thing I'll say, and I'll do my best not to cry, is that my mom would have loved you so much. You're a manifestation of many of the traits that she valued. from her warmth and her kindness, to her commitment to education, to her love of the beach, and her dedication to family. I think she's so overjoyed that she sent us this fantastic weather and is facilitating a much-needed escape from this insane year. Sophie, I love you so much, and I can't wait to spend forever with you.
Hold that for a second. Sophie and Larry, you will now speak the words and exchange the rings that make you life partners. Larry, as you place the ring on the finger of the one you love, recite the words that formally unite you in marriage. Okay, so Larry's going to put it on her finger, left hand, ring finger. You're going to look at her and repeat after me. Hare,
Hare,
at,
at,
mikudeshet,
mekudeshet,
li,
li,
bitabaat,
betabaat,
zo,
zo,
kedat,
kedat,
Moshe,
Moshe,
v'Yisrael.
Israel.
Be consecrated to me
Be consecrated to me
with this ring
with this ring
as my wife,
as my wife,
in keeping with the
in
heritage
keeping with the heritage
of Moses and Israel.
of Moses and Israel.
Okay, so you're going to do the same. Put that on his ring finger, look at him, and repeat after me. Hare,
Hare,
ata,
Ata,
mikudash,
Mikudash,
li,
Li,
bitabaat,
Bitabaat,
zo,
Zo,
kedat,
Kedat,
Moshe,
Moshe,
v'Yisrael.
Israel.
Be consecrated to me
Be consecrated to me
with this ring
with this ring
as my husband,
as my husband,
in keeping with the heritage
in keeping with the heritage
of Moses and
of
Israel.
Moses and Israel.
Larry and Sophie, you stand in this beautiful place. Wherever you stand would be a beautiful place, but you stand in this beautiful place under this open chuppah with this handful of folks who are here in person and all of the concentric circles beyond them who join us in all the ways that they do. We're going to take a moment now just for quiet prayer, for you to feel the love that pours in from all four sides of this chuppah, to feel the love of those who stand here, to feel the love that's carried on this breeze, to feel the love that comes through all the channels it comes. A chance for all of us to offer our prayers of thanks that one way or another we get to be part of this moment, our prayers of hope for the bright path that beckons the two of you. We'll continue with a moment of silence. Yehiu liratzonim reifi v'hegion libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri v'goali. May the words of our mouths, the unspoken meditations of our hearts be acceptable unto you, O God, our rock and our redeemer. Amen. Prior to the ceremony, Sophie and Larry and their witnesses affixed their names to this Ketubah, which is dutifully taped to this easel so that it does not end up in Narragansett Bay. And it reads in part, Be'achad b'Shabbat, be'achad ve'esrim yom lechodesh Cheshvan, shnat chameshet alafim v'sheva ma'ot u'shmonim ve'achad, leminyan kan, b'Newport, Rhode Island, Artzot Habrit, nochachot משפחה וחברים נכנסו אלעזר יעקב בן שלום נחום הכהן ואלקה פריידה זיכרונה לברכה וזפיר פרח בת סנדר ברו ולובה חנה הנאבים תחת ברית הנישואין. On the first day of the week, the 21st day of the month of Cheshvan, in the year 5781, corresponding to the 8th day of November in the year 2020, here in Newport, Rhode Island, United States of America, in the presence of family and friends, the beloveds, Lawrence Gregory Cogan, son of Sergio and Joanne, and Sophie Pauline Barnes, daughter of Gerald and Deborah, entered into the covenant of marriage. As we embark on life's journey, we promise to love, cherish, encourage, and inspire one another. Our hearts fuse together, creating a unique bond with friendship and compassion at its core. Through this union, we vow to value and support each other, always striving to show sensitivity to each other's needs. We shall nurture one another emotionally, spiritually, and intellectually, always mindful of our respective qualities and strengths. May we continue to grow together, maintaining the courage and determination to pursue our desired paths. We promise to celebrate life's joys with grace and overcome life's adversities with tenacity. May we maintain the intimacy that fosters trust, honesty, and communication. As life partners, we shall strive to build a home committed to our Jewish heritage, a home emanating love, peace, tolerance, and charity. Through each other's eyes, we see the world anew. May we be better together. V'hakol sharir v'kayam. And all of this is valid and binding. All right, you guys turn and face me. Perfect. Sophie and Larry, Mazel Tov. Congratulations. You're here. Your original wedding weekend, actually. The date changed slightly. The venue changed more than slightly. But your sense of what it means to love and be loved through thick and thin deepened beyond measure. You have pivoted and pivoted and pivoted again, right down to a new link for YouTube right when the wedding was about to start. I would say we're at plan B by now, but I think we're more at plan Q or Z. But as so many couples have learned over these months, and as any of us who has been married will tell you, marriages don't live in plan A. They live in plan B and plan Q and plan Z. So the fact that you guys have already this much practice stands you in wonderful stead for everything that's to come. It is your original wedding weekend, which means we're still in the month of Cheshvan. Now, the Hebrew month of Cheshvan is notable in the Hebrew calendar because it's the month in which almost nothing happens. The previous month, Tishrei, has this pileup of Jewish holidays. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Simchat Torah. It's a traffic jam. And then comes this month of Cheshvan, and none of the squares are pre-filled. And what I'd like to suggest to you today is that's a perfect time to get married. Because Cheshvan is the month of ordinary days. And marriages grow and deepen and flower on ordinary days. Even though you had literally a mountaintop engagement. Even though you are being married by this splendid sea, and we hope that you will know many mountaintop days and shofar blasts of celebration, marriage lives on all the everyday paths in between. So your Sophie and Larry everyday path of listening and laughter, of doing chores and not doing chores, of having everything planned and nothing planned, the everyday path on which your lover's eyes are all the beauty you'll ever need. The everyday path of your love for the outdoors, on return trips to the Welch and Dickey Trail, minus the photographers at the top, seeing the colors change around Ockham Pond, adventures in Colombia or Patagonia, or simply the Cheshvan beauty of taking the dog for a walk. Your everyday path, busy on your professional pursuits, when you're able to kindle the light of learning in a child's eyes, and on the days when you're not, when you're able to be a source of healing to another human being, and on the days when you're not. The everyday path on which the gift of communication that you two have already begun to and continue to develop, how to listen to words and listen to silence, when to choose the language of speech, and when to choose the language of a quiet listening or a simple touch, when to give time and when to take time. Because sometimes the rhythm of two hearts is more syncopated than synchronized, but the music is glorious nonetheless. Your everyday path on which, as you have already said to each other, You provide for one another calm center and safe harbor, even when things get a little troublesome. You are two sensitive souls, and so you get it. What the late Reynolds Price called the steady means of daily love and daily life. The patience, trust, suspended fear to choose one soul and stand nearby and say, be you, be near, but you. Larry and Sophie, you will always know that you were married in the extraordinary circumstances of this pandemic. And you will no doubt remember this wedding for all of its adjustments, accommodation to a time of necessary distancing. But while your wedding may be an act of accommodation, your marriage is an act of resistance. Because every day you will say, we were married in a season of distancing, but now be near. When I am sad, be near. When I am unsure, be near. When I am overjoyed or overworked, be near. When I am silly, be near. When all the good responsibilities we take on because the world needs us and because we care about the world, when those responsibilities pull us in 12 different directions in a single day, be near. When it's just us and the dog on the couch, be near. Take that, COVID. This day, under this chuppah, and from this chuppah, nearness wins. This week's Torah portion brings us these words. Vadonai barech et Avraham bakol. And God blessed Avraham in all things. And so our prayer for you, that you will be blessed in all things, and that you will continue to develop your gift to see blessing in all things. Mountaintop and seaside and Cheshvan's everyday path. Well-laid plans and elegant pivots. The path of life before you. May you walk in rhythm to the heartbeat of the one you love. May God's light shine on your way. As together we say, Amen. And Larry, if you'll lift the cup again. We come now to these Sheva Brachot. When you each gave the other a ring, you called each other Kadosh, declared yourselves to be unique and set apart in your love. And now come along the Sheva Brachot to say, yes, you are unique and set apart in your love, but you are never alone. Because with these blessings, you are bound up with every living couple since the beginning of creation. These blessings begin with Adam and Eve in their garden. They culminate in the two of you underneath these flowers overlooking this sea. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehakol bara lichvodo. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer hadam. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yatzar et adam b'tzalmo, b'tzelem demutav b'to, v'hitkin lo mimenu binyan adei ad. Baruch atah Adonai yotzer ha'adam. Amen. Sos tasis v'tagel Tzion, b'kibbutz baneha letocha b'simcha. Baruch atah Adonai misameach Tzion bevaneha. Amen. Sameach tesamach re'ima ahuvim, kesamechecha yetzircha began Eden mikedem. Baruch atah Adonai misameach hatan v'chala. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bara sason v'simcha, chatan v'chala, gila rina ditza v'chedeva, ahava v'achava, shalom v'reut. Meir Adonai Eloheinu nishama b'arei Yehuda, ובחוצות ירושלים, כל הששון וכל שמחה, כל חתן וכל כהלה, כל מצלות חתנים מחופתם, ונערים ממשתי נגינתם, ברוך אתה אדוני, משמח חתן עם הכלה. Now you guys can share a drink again. We praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. We praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, creator of all things for your glory, creator of man and woman. We praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who creates us to share with you in life's everlasting renewal and causes Zion to rejoice in her children's happy return. We praise you, Adonai, our God, who causes bride and groom to rejoice. May these loving companions rejoice as have your creatures since the days of creation. We praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, creator of joy and gladness, bride and groom, love and kinship, peace and friendship. O God, may there always be heard in the cities of Israel and the streets of Jerusalem the sounds of joy and of happiness, the voice of the groom and the voice of the bride, the shouts of young people celebrating and the songs of children at play. We praise you, our God, who causes this bride and this groom to rejoice together. As you have shared the wine from a single cup, so may you under God's guidance share contentment, peace, and fulfillment from the cup of life. May you find life's joys heightened, its bitterness sweetened, and each of its moments hallowed by true companionship and love. The words have been spoken, the rites have been performed, and now in keeping with the ways of our tradition and the laws of this state, I do pronounce you, Lawrence and Sophie, to be husband and wife before God, before the Jewish people, before those nearest and dearest to your lives. And as I prepare to bestow upon you the ancient benediction of our people, I'd like to call forward your parents to wrap you in this talit of generations.
Step out.
Beautiful. I want you guys to face each other. That's it. And I want Larry and Sophie, I want you to hold on each of the tzitzit. Okay? I'm going to tell you something. You guys can keep a hand on them. That's good. So you know that these twists and turns supposedly add up to 613 to 613 mitzvot. As you look at this, I want you to think about what got you to here. The commitments you've made, the trust you've formed, the choices you've made, all got you to this day. And then there's all of this, all the paths that lie before you. This is blessing. This is blessing. Hold both and hold each other. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May the light of God's countenance shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's countenance be lifted towards you. May God give you peace. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, parents, you can scoot back down. I'll take the talit. Perfect. Okay, Larry, right foot or left foot?
Right foot.
It's face out.
Okay, give it a zets. We're
Ready?
good. Mazel tov! You may kiss your bride. Simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov. Yehelanu, 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 ulachol Yisrael. Yehelanu, yehelanu, Bechol Yisrael.
We love you.
We love you. Believe it.
At this time, Sophie and Larry would love to invite you guys up to the inn to enjoy some cocktail hour. We can all head on up.
Thank you. Mazel tov, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
It was
you.
just beautiful.
Perfect.
A privilege for all of us, right? For all of us.
Really.
Beautiful humans.
You can go right in and grab it. Oh, yeah. Okay.